Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd, Pretty Boy Floyd, and Money Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather.
While live on air this morning, take a look. Arrested.
The slick operator of boxing, the guy who evaded not just blows, but accountability for decades, is finally cornered by something he can't sidestep. Floyd Mayweather, unbeaten inside the ropes, might have just taken his first loss outside of them. And no, this isn't just some gossip headline. This ruling is concrete. The judge gave the word, and we're diving into all of it. What went down, how it unfolded, and how it threatens everything Mayweather's empire stands on. This is real. Floyd Mayweather's sentence is final, and it's not looking good. Let's get into it.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. We're gonna get through this. That's tough because anybody know about business, you don't keep that type of money in just regular account. So I had to wire the money from somewhere.
Okay.
So I wired the money to the account, and when I wired it to the account, I went straight to the bank. I go to the bank myself to make sure shit get done. Because the thing is that I can't make all the money unless somebody else do all the dictating and do all the controlling.
Let's take it back for a second. Floyd's name has always carried controversy. From domestic abuse allegations in the early 2000s to clashes with the IRS. And of course, that notorious 90-day jail time he served back in 2012.
How does that guy not pay taxes? How do the people around him, how do the lawyers that I'm sure that he employs, financial people that are probably running his life, telling him to stop spending $1 million a day, how do they not deal with his taxes?
Well, listen. He apparently had a tough time reading the thing, as they say. Like he didn't know what he couldn't read
that's BS.
Something.
That is BS.
They said something.
Time
like
out.
that.
He is paying. I'm sure he's got a litany of people in his world.
I happen to agree.
Financial management people.
You think so?
How long before he's suing somebody for mismanagement of funds? You know that's happening.
You'd certainly think so. By the way, they announced, I'll get your calls in a second, they did announce the pricing for Mayweather-McGregor. $100 for a high def, $90 for standard def. So there you go. So it's exactly what the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight was. $100 pay-per-view.
But, in classic Mayweather fashion, he always figured out a way to dodge the fallout, either by negotiating lighter terms, flipping the media story, or simply flashing his wealth. But this time, the story feels different. Sources confirm a Nevada judge issued a sentence linked to ongoing violations, such as illegal business conduct, including underground betting, suspicious laundering through his TMT crew, and probation breaches.
Floyd Mayweather is bankrupt. At least that's what Logan Paul thinks. Logan hopped on the Walkway to Fight Club show, and when he was asked about being paid, he was nothing short of honest.
It's unfortunate because, same Floyd Money Mayweather. Surely I was going to get my check fairly quickly, right? And that didn't happen, so I'm sure it'll come eventually, right? I realized, okay, I'm being strung along. This is a classic, hey, buddy, you're the new guy in this industry. We're going to puppeteer you however we want. Hop on for the ride and shut up. Instead of shutting up, I make fun of him on social media and let everyone know that he doesn't have any money. I kind of joke and I'm facetious and I point the finger at Floyd. Well, I don't know if it's his fault. Maybe a little bit, but something tells me Floyd doesn't control where the money goes. Or maybe he does. I don't know. And I don't really care. I just want my money.
Here's where it gets crazy. Insiders claim this wasn't random. It had been simmering under wraps for a while. Floyd tried to suppress it quietly, hoping it'd disappear. But now, the sentence is official. And while it's not jail time, like 2012, it's far worse, long term. If Mayweather thought he was invincible, this might be his first crack. And it all began with one ridiculous headline. Floyd Mayweather buys $42 million worth of NYC property. That's right, he supposedly dropped major cash on dozens of buildings like it was a sneaker run.
Into my lifestyle, showing people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
Floyd's real estate venture, VA Properties, issued a press release saying they secured this enormous portfolio in Upper Manhattan, full of rent-controlled apartments. Floyd pitched it as community reinvestment plus long-term cash flow, but the internet was skeptical, and so were federal authorities.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah. And I'm pointing like this because all of them in New York City right now, We're in Manhattan. That's what we do. Come on. You know what I'm doing? All this money made. No partners. All by myself. Over 1,000 apartments. I'm just getting started.
Because, just a short while later, Business Insider did their homework, or rather exposed Floyd for not doing his NYC's property. Databases showed no records confirming the transfer of those properties. Not a single one. And NYC Housing Partnership, who oversees many of those buildings, stated they weren't contacted or involved at all.
I mean, Floyd Mayweather, in this article, it states that he's spending $402 million in real estate investment in a 1,000-unit affordable housing portfolio in Upper Manhattan. The portfolio includes over 60 buildings and is one of the city's largest real estate deals of the year.
Wow. Well, thank you, Floyd Mayweather, for investing into New York real estate.
Then things took an even stranger turn. Reporters reached out to Floyd's company, and someone claiming to be James McNair, Floyd's right-hand man, got on the phone. But his voice didn't match past McNair interviews. He refused to confirm details, declined to show documents, and vaguely claimed Floyd cares about low-income housing because of his upbringing. Floyd then fired back online, calling it fake news and saying haters want to see him fall, but by then, the damage was done.
Money made all day. You know, right here, a light million. Over there, counting up another million over there. Walk with me, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take you into my life. So Andrew Jackson, of course, is on the 20. Benjamin Franklin right here. You know, money made all day. We in the bank, doing what we do best, counting money.
That headline created enough noise for reporters to dig deeper, and enough heat to trigger the feds. Once they began scrutinizing, they discovered the scandal wasn't about the property. The real mess was in the lies. Turns out, this shady real estate tale was just a symptom. The actual ruling, a 2-year suspended sentence, full-time federal oversight of his businesses, and a $12.7 million fine. Oh, and here's the kicker. Floyd can't hold a promoter's license in Nevada until 2028.
I sit here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather. Now, Floyd Mayweather.
I'm disappointed. I really am disappointed. The thing is that Floyd is what they call an independent contractor. And what happens is that when you become an independent contractor, Skip, if you make $230 million, they give you 2 checks or a check for $230 million. It is up to you to take out the deduction and make sure state, federal, and whatever else needs to be deducted is paid to the Internal Revenue Service. Floyd, you made $230, and I get it, Skip. I can just imagine getting a check for $230 million. Like, hold on.
Yep, you heard right. Floyd the promoter Mayweather is now blocked from managing events under his own name in Las Vegas, the very place where he built his fortune. And while someone with his wealth might brush off the fine, this goes deeper. It's not just cash. It's about power and control, and that's where Floyd's brand just took a serious blow. Let's talk TMT. Mayweather Promotions was one of boxing's most brilliant business moves. He signed talent, promoted super fights, and made millions without ever taking a punch. But now, with feds watching every cent, that machine is in jeopardy.
Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're going to have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
Their Vegas shows are paused, their betting partners are being investigated, and some fighters are already jumping ship. Sources say 3 up-and-coming names tied to TMT are now exploring contracts with PBC. Matchroom, and even Top Rank. No one wants to stay on a sinking vessel.
Once you get around someone, you be looking up to these people so bad, and like once you get around, they don't be who they say they is or who they portray to be. You be like, damn, I was 21 at the time, and I haven't fought in like 7 or 8 months. He was like, you gotta fight this fighter, which is Joseph Pedraza. You don't fight him, you're not fighting. You're like sitting on a shelf. So I had to fight him. I got evicted. I had to sell my jewelry. They were saying that I was messing with his daughter off of the fact that she kept Snapchat. So they sent it to Floyd, and Floyd bugged out. He would say that he gave me like money to get my mom out the hood, but me being from the hood, 10, 15,000, that's not, after a couple months, she gonna be back in the hood.
His devastating power and flair pack rhinos after splitting from Mayweather Promotions in 2022. He's headlined lucrative PP bouts, like against Ryan Garcia, showing Dupin appeal Mayweather's early support training promotion. And exposure accelerated his rise, but Davis' talent and drive suggest he'd still thrive. His path might have been slower yet. His boxing prowess ensures enduring success.
And let's not forget, Gervonta Davis already left. This just confirms why.
Talk about your first time GTD, what's the plans for that, and how big it is to finally get your first on one?
This just a test run right now, just to, you know what I mean? I'm on my own type of joint, but much love to Mayweather Promotion, you know what I mean? Leonard, Floyd, all them guys, I definitely appreciate them, you know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? I'm just doing my own thing now, you know what I mean? Not saying in the future we can't work together or anything like that, but just trying, you know what I mean? Put my own pants on.
So how's your relationship with Floyd now? Is he still part of your camp and crew or no?
Floyd outdoing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So, shit, we involved, heavy, deeply. You know what I mean? We in there. we in there. You know what I mean? And I'm excited.
Let's also not forget that Gervonta Davis already left, and now it seems like this mess proves exactly why he did.
You know, and when me and Tank go at it, sometime he'll look at Tank and say, yo, listen to him, man. Good.
Shut up, hey,
shut up.
What's your thought on Tank and Floyd going back and forth, man?
I let two grown men handle their business, but they know whose side I'm on if we gotta go there, though.
Floyd was more than a champion. He was the prototype. He proved a fighter could take ownership of everything. The purse, the spotlight, the pay-per-view rights. But now, promoters may get cautious. State commissions might set stricter guidelines. And fighters may rethink trying to follow the Mayweather blueprint. This could also make room for new promotional power players like Adrian Broner's. About Billions or Errol, Spence's man-down empire.
Why is it always comfortable?
Why not? I mean, everything you got don't cost money. Everything you do costs money. You can't take your wife on a date for free.
Is that how you measure your success?
No. Me, I'm loyal and honest. And I'm a good person. And I call a spade a spade. Money don't make me, I make money. And without money, I'll be the same person. I fought so many fights for free.
Even Terrence Crawford, who stayed quiet on the promotional side, could take this chance to sign future stars. Floyd losing his grip creates a vacuum, and boxing never hesitates to crown a new king. Truth is, Gen Z doesn't idolize Floyd, like millennials once did. They respect the wins and the flash, but they see through the money first, morals last attitude.
We call this breakfast. Everybody like breakfast. Not everybody like breakfast. Some people like brunch, some people like lunch, some people like dinner. I like it all. And you already know what my name is. We will leave it at that.
Gen Z wants real ones. They want authenticity. They want promoters and ex-champions who lift the sport, not just milk it dry.
The best feeling I ever had was when I got $100,000. A kid, when you come from nothing, from poverty, from nothing, and then you get $100,000 check, because $100,000 at that particular time feel like $100 million. But once you receive a $100 million check and $50 million check on a regular, then it's just...
No, but what I'm saying, when you received that first one, because see, nobody had done that type of shit before.
The $100,000 feel better than $100 million. Because that was my first check.
Canelo mentoring Pacquiao, that's legacy. Ryan Garcia using his voice for mental health, that's real. Devin Haney building his name while taking on real competition, that's respectable. But Floyd's still chasing the same old script, money over everything. And now, that game plan might be closing in on him. This verdict isn't just about one man. It's a wake-up call. It's the start of a shift in how boxing works.
And everybody in the crypto world is competing with one another. Whereas I feel like everybody should be able to choose what they want to choose and go with who they want to go with. I think everybody should work together. And what I always did was I believed in myself. Before anybody else believed in me, I believed in myself.
At one point, you were getting celebrity endorsements. One was DJ Khaled, hilarious, and Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
And he posted on his Instagram him taking this what do you call it? The Centra card?
Centra card.
The
Yeah,
Centra card. And going and purchasing something with his Bitcoin at a store.
Yeah.
He did that knowing that it didn't work.
Floyd Mayweather doesn't know anything about that's going on, really. So like,
we all know that.
Yeah.
The guy can't read, and
Yeah.
How much did you guys pay him?
Like $1 million.
He took that knowing or not caring if it worked?
It was just knowing, not knowing, right? Like, they didn't care. He does a million promotions like that. It was basically, you speak to his manager.
Yeah.
He's like, this is Floyd's price. And you send the money over.
Yeah.
The manager makes his little cut from it. And he just says, what do you want me to say? And what do you want me to do?
Okay.
Right? And you just basically give him his script and he just does.
Now here's the strange part. Floyd has gone radio silent since the news broke. No flashy Instagram story, no cocky tweet. No they hate me cause they ain't me rant, nothing. And that's off-brand. Sources close to him claim he's emotionally shaken and feels backstabbed by people within his own camp who turned over evidence. Some whispers even link Federer snitch with one of his longtime partners. The man who trash-talked his way through 50 bouts is now stuck in a war with no fans, no spotlight, and no clear win ahead. So what does this mean for the sport?
You take him on my face, stop playing.
Now, let's stir the pot. Some say this whole thing is bigger than Floyd, that the government had their eye on him for years, that his influence in Vegas was too massive, and that they just needed him to slip once.
I just want to show the people how I live on a daily basis. This right here is rent. So we got this. We like to call this house right here the Palace. This is the EWB, extended wheelbase. Gucci pillows. All depends on how you want to close the door. Stop talking, don't tell me. Come on. I didn't show you guys this. I bought this like 4 or 5 days ago. I got all type of toys, Apple TV, virtual machine, all type of crazy stuff. Talked about this yesterday, talked about that. It's blue. Blue on the seats. Crocodile Himalaya, 110,000. That's what we do. Live life, have fun, work hard, play hard. Show you guys my lifestyle.